Hey, what's up, homies? So, that's the Bowie now finished. This is my favorite Bowie knife style construction. So, any of you guys who've been keeping up with the progress of this particular Bowie, I started it in the middle of the year, but I only just got it finished at the beginning of this week. Yeah, it's a through rat tail frame Bowie. It weighs 740 grams. I haven't done the sheath yet. I'll be doing that soon. This was a custom order. It's got oak handles. Now the scales, the oak scales, they actually go into the ring. This is a ring. And then the frame itself also locks into the ring. And we got, I'm sure if you've seen some of the pictures, you'll see that all of this stuff here is all locked in together one way or another. And the benefit of that, of course, is that you don't have any holes in the tang. So, there's a big misconception out there that, oh, full tang is better than rat tail. And that's not necessarily true. That depends a lot on where you place those holes, because you can have a full tang knife, but the first hole where for the handle, for the scale, is in a spot that makes that area at the front of the handle significantly smaller than a rat tail. So it's actually weaker than a rat tail. The holes are stress risers. I mean, people know that, and so the benefit of a frame handle is that you can put all your filing work, all your holes for the pinholes, you can put all of that on a separate component that you then peen on. So it's in some ways you could say it's similar to like a katana, where I got my ears are stuck, my nose is stuck, my throat is stuck. So that you essentially what you have is a rat tail with no holes in it. I mean, the katana does have a hole. Usually it's at the middle or the back. But when it comes to tangs, you really want to avoid putting holes at the front of the tang. But yeah, so a full tang can be stronger than a rat tail, and a rat tail can be stronger than a full tang. It really depends what you're comparing, what design you're comparing to what. Oh, isn't that cool? The maker's mark is back here. I didn't want to stamp anything on the tang or the blade. Feels very good in the hand. I don't know if you can make it out too much. I'm gonna get covered in fingerprints. But yeah, and that's the Bowie knife. It was a custom order for a friend. I don't think I'm going to be doing custom orders next year, because the custom orders, they're kind of stressful. They're kind of difficult to do for me. I'm not really into. It's just I operate much more naturally when I'm doing my own thing. So, but there it is, guys. The Raseborg Toothpick number 2 or 3 or whatever, with a full frame, a ring handle. You can see some pictures of the scale construction on my Instagram. I got some more fingerprints on there. So it's hot _metal_ knives. I've mostly been kind of keeping to myself lately. One of these things, social media just gives me an irk, I can't even open like Instagram app and stuff like that. It just hurts. It's just so weird. I don't like those kind of it's just something wrong about it, man. It just doesn't feel right. I just don't really like social media that much. But I like YouTube. I like YouTube a lot. I like making videos for YouTube, and I like doing stuff for YouTube. So I think I'm going to be just mostly focusing on doing YouTube, especially next year. So, wow, this thing, it's difficult to get it's not the best hand sand job. It was it's pretty clean, but it could have been a bit better, the hand sanding on the blade. One of the nice things with the rivets and the eyelets and the washers underneath is that they contour, you see, around the roundness of the handles. They kind of keep everything together. This is the best way to do pins, and the nice thing is they actually fit between your fingers, like in a very ergonomic way. They fit like in they're kind of like finger grooves in a way. But when it's like this, they keep everything down. And so you can use, like, 30-minute epoxy or 24-hour epoxy. You can fit everything together, peen it down, everything, assemble the entire handle, just leave the blade to the side, and the glue will just cure for 24 hours. So that's one of the nice things with doing pins like that on scales. The problem with doing them flush, if you just put pins and then grind over, is that it's not actually keeping the scales down, and you can get the scales popping off. So it's not really as professional. And then if it's like a raw, like wood, what happens is the wood contracts and expands, and then you'll get that metal will start to protrude out, and it's kind of sharp. So it's much better to do it like this, to dome them or to peen them, or to figure out some mechanism where you're actually mechanically fusing everything together. You shouldn't rely on glue. Really don't rely on glue for handle construction. But there it is, guys. I don't want to make this video too long. So it's one of my classic Bowie construction blades. Feels very good in the hand. The balance point is like here, which is pretty good. So very easy to spin around. It's got a convex edge, and it looks fucking fabulous. So I'll see you guys in another video, and if you want to support my work, you can get yourself a scalpel from my website.